Welcome back to the Make Money Making Videos podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 4 of the Make Money Making Videos podcast. I'm here with Ty. What's going on, Ty? Tell everybody who you are, a little bit about you, my man.
Hey, what's up, Jack? My name's Ty. I'm from Boise, Idaho in the United States. I spent the last 2.5 years living in South Korea, in Seoul, one of the most populated cities in the world. I graduated in biochemistry, did absolutely nothing with it, ran off to Korea to teach English, did that for 2.5 years, decided I needed to get the hell out of there, and ran off to a beach in Vietnam where I've been basically being a beach bum for the last 4 months and trying to avoid getting back into teaching. So I'm trying to learn how to make dope videos. I'm trying to learn basically anything entrepreneurial that I can do to make money, make a life for myself, and do what I want to do and dress how I want to dress.
Yeah, I absolutely love it, my man. I absolutely love it. So you're living out there in Vietnam right now.
Yeah, I'm in Da Nang. So right now it's it's 8 p.m. right here. I think it's like 1 there.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's about 1. Yeah. All right. So I've been watching a few of your videos and I've been seeing you're linking up with these local creatives and things like that, videographers and stuff like that. And you've been linking up with some of the locals. What's the creative scene like in Vietnam?
So right here in Da Nang, it's like it's pretty booming. Da Nang's one of the most fastest growing cities in Southeast Asia. Okay. And there's a lot of expats that come from like all over the world, not just the United States or England, but especially like Australia and stuff. Okay. Cool. A lot of people are coming here to try to do digital nomad stuff, to try to do lots of people teach English online. People make like $18, $20 an hour teaching English online. Yeah. And it's easy living, you know. Like
definitely. So you get a bunch of kind of people from kind of all over the place converging on this spot, or is it a bunch of primarily locals, or what is it?
Yeah, so the one guy I did a video with, he's a video editor. He's from the Philippines. Somebody that turned me on to Upwork, which is how I actually ran into your videos.
Cool.
She's a Filipino gal too. They don't even know each other, but she's doing her own entrepreneurial stuff, doing Upwork, doing all that kind of stuff. So, man, you meet everybody. You meet someone from Nova Scotia one morning. You meet someone from Germany that night. It's crazy.
I love it. So it's like a melting pot. It's a whole bunch of people kind of in a similar situation to you. They're, they're trying to just look around the world, kind of explore some shit, do some traveling, do a little bit of abroad work, kind of learn about some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I can go down on the beach and I'll shake hands with 2 different guys that have done time in Thai prisons. Yeah. And then and I was only planning on meeting one of them. Like only one of them texted me that morning. And then I'll walk farther down the street and I'll like shake hands with just like the super nicest couple ever that's like in their 70s, retired. Now they're like adopted their second family here and they're trying to bring them up. So like, man, you really get everything, anything and everything down here.
Yeah. So there's a huge abundance of different people. It's not just like, one kind of specific kind of stereotype type of thing like that.
Yeah, a lot of people call it the Wild Wild West, even though it's the East.
Yeah. It's just a whole bunch of randomness going on down there. Just a whole bunch of people mixed in.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Lots of fun.
Hell yeah. So how long have you been trying to edit for?
Oh, man, I've been editing for about 10 days.
Okay, so you're a fresh beginner, like the definition of the word beginner right now. Have you picked up anything that little nuances, little special things that you might have noticed that you could give some tips to other beginners that might have started? I'm sure there's somebody who's on day number 9, so you're a day ahead of him. You know what I mean?
About day 8, my friend showed me the marker button.
Okay.
So I wasn't even marking before that. I was just using I and O just to like initiate an outro or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't even marking, so I had to do everything, like go in and out, cut everything. So much time saved. Day 8.
I love it. Do you have any tips for a beginner learning that they're starting today? Today is day number 1 for them. They've just opened up Premiere or maybe another editor. Have you got any little thoughts that you might have picked up in your simple 10-day career of an editor that you could bless them with? A little bit of knowledge right there.
Oh yeah, you should check out this dude. It's Jack Cole's YouTube channel.
Holy, where's he at? Yeah. I need to find him.
Seriously, look it up. Adobe Premiere Pro Masterclass. Watch that. Seriously, just one lesson, one video.
Tutorials.
Super easy tutorials. Just learn one thing every day. It's super simple. You're gonna get better every day. Like my video, my 8th video compared to my first video, it's night and day to me. Probably have like the same 100%. View count, but To me, it's night and day.
Yeah, no, definitely. I totally understand that. I mean, it could be overwhelming, can it, for certain people when you look at it, especially if you've never edited before. I'm sure you feel that, being only 10 days in, you look at it and, you're like, where the fuck do I start? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You just got to fucking start.
Once
you do
100%.
10 seconds, then you do the next fucking 10 seconds. Then, so like now I'm doing write-ons. Now I'm doing I don't know what I'm doing, but everything I'm doing is something I wasn't doing the day before for the most part.
100%, which means, you're constantly in this stage of kind of progression and, getting better and learning kind of new
And if I did
things.
it the day before, I'm becoming more efficient.
I love it.
Figuring out what I was doing wrong.
I love it. So what's your goal with this creative stuff? Like, what's your objective with it?
Oh man! So last night I was pretty up there when you texted me.
Okay.
I wrote a manifesto.
Let's hear it.
So I got my manifesto pulled up on my notepad. I don't remember writing all this. All right. This is goals of my channel.
Let's do it. Let's hear it.
All right. I want to interview dope people and talk about things that I think are dope. Things that I think are dope are basketball, music, science, art, animation, tattoos, recycling, being outside, my friends, my dog, learning languages. I live in Da Nang. Right now I'm trying to make a video guide for Da Nang. So that's like one of my first schemes.
Oh, cool.
Because nobody's done that yet, and it's pretty hard for English speakers here to figure out what exactly or where exactly to get stuff.
Yeah.
And what's a good deal and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make a video guide so that I can try to promote within local businesses so that I can hopefully get paid to make some to put businesses on my video guide, at least that I think are cool.
Dope. So you're doing like kind of an instructional kind of like insider. So you can speak English and explain it to these people, but you're an insider. You've been living there for a while. You know kind of the hustle and bustle of what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm doing that, and then I also intend to get most of this translated into Vietnamese as well.
Cool. That's a good idea.
I'm learning Vietnamese a little bit, like tôi không thể nói một tiếng Việt nhưng tôi không thể nói tan tao. I can't speak fluently, but I can speak a little bit. So I'm doing that. I want to put this into Vietnamese. I want to make Vietnamese videos that cater specifically to Vietnamese people. I was doing some research. Vietnam is like the second cheapest price for Facebook ads or something like that.
Holy shit, that's what you want right there. Facebook ads are like the holy grail of attaching what's called getting your message in front of people. If you can get a cheap CPM, that's like ideal, literally.
And people here like flick like everything. I get like 2 or 3 like Facebook friend requests a day from people I don't even know, and that's just kind of like how Facebook works here.
Yeah. What's causing that right there? Is it an undeveloped kind of like market? Like it's still nuanced. People are still just getting on it, or what's kind of like the factor behind that?
I don't know. Like Facebook is pretty huge. Like it's the marketing tool here. Like so most
100%.
They don't even like advertise on Facebook. They just post their stuff everywhere to everybody.
Yeah. Oh, they kind of put it on your wall and stuff like that, or what? Like they're kind of a little spammy with it.
Oh, real spammy with it. Get real spammy with it.
Yeah. No, I can tell. I was thinking they'd be like that. That's funny as fuck, man. I can picture it going down. Yeah, definitely.
So that's part of my manifesto. Then I'm gonna be pursuing like e-commerce adventures with my friend Thu, who's local here. He's somebody I hired part-time to do a little bit of work for me.
Okay, cool.
And we're gonna try to take some like raw materials from his village, and we're gonna try to market them to like moms in America. you know what I'm saying? Like stuff that's like biodegradable. And I don't really know anything about that. So I'm gonna do that, and I want to do some more experiments with like Amazon FBA. Basically, I just want to run this channel as like a giant experiment thing. Just
showcase
people
your journey.
Showcase my journey and showcase my skills. But what I want to do is that I'm like kind of passionate about is I want to interview dope artists, dope hip hop artists. I want to interview dope tattoo artists. I just want to hear what people are doing, like what you're doing with this podcast, but something similar. Just on my own end with the crazy people I meet. Like I want to interview somebody who was in Thai prison last week. I wanted to get that story out. I mean, they might not want to share, but
You still want to try coach them along, kind of like a Joe Rogan type of thing. You're just trying to find out cool things about people and just have that conversation.
Yeah, I just don't want to be Joe Rogan.
Oh no! Well, hey, my bad. I'm fucking with Joe Rogan. You don't fuck with Joe Rogan, huh?
I mean, I fuck with him a little bit. I just don't fuck with all the like feminist Nazi burned or whatever, like all the pop-ups that come along whenever I click on a Joe Rogan. You know what I'm talking about?
All right,
all that shit. I'm not really down with all that, like I don't know. But like, he's got a good medium. If I were to make a platform like that where I was just talking to dope people, my dope friends, that'd be sick. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of pioneered that sort of lane, if you will, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's big. He's big time. My favorite podcast guy is Bill Burr.
Yeah,
he just talks
legend.
to himself.
Oh, he's classic. You know, Bill Burr is Bill Burr's fucking classic, isn't he? He's a comedian, right? And he does you know, stand up, everything like that. And well, he's a fucking legend at the comedy, let alone the podcast and stuff like that.
There's no guest. It's just him.
Yeah, he's never had a guest yet so far.
Fucking crazy.
That's funny as shit. Anyways, man, what do you want to know about the editing? I feel like you got a couple questions and stuff like that for me.
Yeah.
What you want to know? What you want to know? I'm getting ready.
All right. This is question number 1 on my list of way too many questions.
I love it.
Is there a way I can bring in video only from like an Explorer window? So I'm usually dragging it in, dropping it, and then I have to go video only. Is there a way I can just drag it in from, just from Microsoft with just the video?
No. If that video file has been exported with only video, then it's possible. Like, for example, animations, you'll get a whole bunch of animations. If you download like overlay animations, you can get a whole bunch of free ones. A bunch of those won't have an audio layer because they're QuickTime files, for example, something that literally hasn't been exported with an actual thingamajig audio layer. But for the most part, I don't think there's a way to just import it. However, all you got to do is import it, and then you can just drag the video. You know how you get the video audio option in Premiere? Then you can do it. But you gotta,
simple enough.
Yeah, exactly. So you do have to export it or import it with the audio attached until you bring it into your composition.
Cool. Next question. Is there a hotkey for unlink/link?
This is
what
where
I'm talking about?
This is where I expose myself. I got no fucking clue. I got absolutely no clue.
All right. Number 3 is a little bit easier.
Let's do it.
What are your goals? What's your plan with this channel, with this career? Like,
definitely.
It seems like something you've been really passionate about your whole entire, from what videos I've seen of you. So what do you want to do going forward?
100%. Build the audience. I'm basically right now, I'm in kind of step 1 of a bigger plan, which is just to build an audience of video creators who are interested and passionate about creating videos, and then do other kind of ventures in the future based around that. For example, Make Money Making Videos conference. That could be a thing, and I could have a whole bunch of creators come and talk about how they could pretty much create jobs in the video production industry. I'm very passionate about, showcasing that information to people. I've been only freelancing for like 2 years, so it's super new to me. So, I'm very vocal about me not knowing everything. A lot of people are coming from the perspective on a tutorial channel of knowing everything. I'm saying, I don't know shit. I'm trying to teach you guys what I know, but I'm learning as I go. I might learn something on a Wednesday, teach it to you on a Thursday. Like, I'm really very much so trying to be an open book with, and kind of how you were saying, just document your kind of journey, if you will. And, for 2019, passionate about just continue to build this audience of video creators, which is, expanding. That's how we just got connected. You found my videos. Now we're on a podcast. So it's getting realer and realer by the day, building up this audience. And, I just want to continue to showcase my journey as a video creator, man, and just put it down there, document it.
It's fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. I like your attitude of not knowing, admitting you're not knowing what you're doing. I think the tagline on my YouTube channel is "I don't really know what I'm doing." Yeah, which is basically how I live. I don't really know what's going on most of the time.
Dude, I think that's an angle. A lot of people are scared to come at. Like a lot of people are they kind of mask that, which is the feeling they have by actually saying, "Yeah, I know everything." You know what I mean? And kind of putting on this front of absolute belief. But it's like, I'm fucking 20 years old, bro. If I knew everything at this point, there's nothing to know.
God, you're fucking 20.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were 20 until like a day ago. I was watching some other video and you were like 20. I thought you were like 26.
That's great. I'm glad. Whenever anyone says I look younger than they kind of think I am, I take it as a compliment. I like that. That's good. Thank you, man.
Oh, that's good. You just sound mature. It's good.
Hey, good. Yeah, I'm glad. That's good, man. For real.
All right. Another question. Is that okay?
Keep going, bro. At this point, I'm sitting back and I just want to get hit with the questions in the face nonstop, provide as much value as I can, bro.
All right, let's see how many times I can expose you. All right.
Oh, no, let's do it,
man. How do you optimize your, or do you optimize when you're trying to make your search titles?
Yeah. A key, what's it called? Phrase. So, for example, I just uploaded a video yesterday called "Free Video Editing Software's No Watermark." That right
Yeah,
there
I saw
is a heavily searched term. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I basically start off with like, all right, what are they searching for? And that's how I get my title. So the thing, learn everything about Adobe Premiere Pro. That's the you know what you know what I mean? That's
I've seen that one
title.
too.
Exactly, right? So
and it's like 8 minutes long. I'm like,
yeah.
Really, Jack? Everything? All right.
But essentially, that right there is what I do. So I think of a phrase that's commonly searched and everything like that. That's my title, and then I build the description around it. So then I, just fucking use a whole bunch of more keywords, and then for my tags, I literally just type that in to the search results, and I just take the title of the first like 10 or 5 videos and use those as my tags.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Do you use any like third-party like vidIQ or anything like that?
Yep. vidIQ, love vidIQ. I'd suggest that to any YouTube creators trying to do some stuff. They just give you extra insights, which are just useful. Like any extra insights you could get are useful. I think I even pay the money.
I was gonna ask that next.
Yeah. I pay the $5 or something like that. Which, funny enough, I think it was like $10. But then I emailed them and I was like, hey, I want to try cancel this. I'm not using it too much, and they were like, we'll give it to you for a year for $5 a month. And I was like, oh fuck it, keep it, fuck it, why not?
Oh, that's not bad.
No, exactly. That's what I thought. I was like, $5. I could do $5. Fuck it, why not? But I use that for all the extra analytics. And then there's I'm just looking at my thing. Keywords Everywhere. That's a good tool. Keywords Everywhere. And magic actions. That's just for simple shit for YouTube. Like you could just use the scroll wheel to change the volume and stuff like that. Just kind of like maneuverability type of stuff. But those are the 3 plugins I use heavily: is the vidIQ, Keywords Everywhere, and magic actions for YouTube.
Okay, cool. Cool. I wrote this down.
Yep.
You might have already answered it. How do you create backlinks? Like, how do you try to get your stuff linked on other people's websites? Like for example, me creating a backlink that says, yo, watch this, Jack Coles, whatever.
I don't really have a strategy for targeting that sort of stuff. Like I haven't developed any sort of strategy for that. If I'm being real, that hasn't really happened to me too much with people promoting me too heavily. I think the main way I get promoted, I guess, is people shout me out on their Instagram story, like, yo, I just got a job because of Jack's advice, or yo, I just learned Premiere today or learned this in Premiere because of Jack's video or whatever, and they tag me and shit.
Man.
I love that shit. I always share that shit. I do the add to
great.
story and everything, bro. I love that shit, man. It's great. But I haven't really gotten any websites promoting me yet.
Yeah. I was planning on, like, since I'm going to be engaging a lot of local businesses here.
Yep.
Especially because I want to connect to people. And that's something that's pretty hard as an expat, because it's like, yo, there's like maybe 2,000 people in this city that speak English like as fluently as I do. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's like 8,000 out of.
Yeah.
But, so I'm hoping that I can like go to these companies and be like, hey, I made this dope video. I shout out you guys. Can you throw me on your website, and I can hopefully like create some legitimacy for myself. I don't want to make like a fake. I watched a lot of YouTube videos like get 1,000 subscribers or whatever in an hour.
Nonsense. All that shit real. Is bullshit,
it's
bro.
Literally, real.
The quicker it comes, the quicker it's gone, man. Trust me. Or like you don't want to succeed super quick. I'm 19 months in. I'm literally 19 months in with making this type of content. I had a whole X fucking career as like a gaming entertainer when I was a little kid.
I saw a bit of that.
Yeah. So like I already had knowledge from that, and I've been making.
Did you monetize that?
Yeah. But the CPM was terrible. It was like it was not even $1 for the gaming stuff. It was like maybe $1 per 1,000 views, something like that. I think I made like
really?
I made like $10,000 over like the course of maybe 3 years. But it's about $3,000.
Why is the CPM so low for the video game stuff?
I got no clue, bro. It was fucked up, man. I don't know what the situation was, but I think it's just the value of the niche. So the niche of gamers are they might not have much money to spend on products or whatever the case may be. Definitely, it makes sense to advertise video games to them, but the video production niche, it's a much more valuable niche for advertisers. So you can cameras can advertise, and different softwares can advertise to them, all sorts of different shit.
Is it socially appropriate for me to ask what you're getting CPM right now?
Oh, dude, I don't give a shit, man. I say my income, everything. No, I feel you, bro. Like, some people might have a problem with that because they're trying to hide, but I get about $5 per 1,000
That's
views.
fucking sick, Jack. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm making about $1,000 a month right now off of about 220,000 views a month, which is
Fuck, I'm trying to figure out how much money I made you today. Probably watched 50 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
That's funny as fuck, man, for real. But that right there is, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a motivator for why I upload daily as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, shit,
Yeah,
let
of
me
course.
get as much content out there as possible. It's helpful for people. I'm making money from it. It's growing, and people are like, it's hitting them. I think the two things that I've kind of the differentiator between my old YouTube life as a gaming kid when I was younger and the one now is that I feel it feels so much realer now, even though it's only a fraction of what it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was like getting, there's still videos online with millions of views with me as a kid.
If I try to look for your videos, I get that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go, exactly.
Sorry, I'm not trying to watch your GTA live
No.
stream or whatever.
I feel you don't even sweat it, but that's the main thing.
I'll check it out sometime.
Yeah, sometime when you got a little bit of free time. But that's the main thing I feel about this audience now. It feels realer, way realer, because people are hitting me up and they're saying like, I'm benefiting from this shit. Like, I'm not just getting entertained, but I just got a job because of this advice. And I was like, holy shit, like, it carries more weight. You know what I mean?
I think it's dope that you made it you made it pretty like a community. Like I know, like Eoin Colfer's name or whatever.
Yep.
Like, I would have never known that kid.
Yeah.
I would have never known who his name was. I would have never clicked on his YouTube channel and sifted through that.
Shout out.
And now I'm gonna be like adding him or whatever because like cool. We're both on Jack's video
podcast.
How's life?
Shout out to Owen, man. Shout out to you, bro. He's probably watching this right now. Oh,
I hope so. Please subscribe.
Yeah. 100%, man. Fucking great.
I got 11. Looking for 12 at the end of this.
After this, you'll definitely have 12, my man. Everybody halfway through, I was going to shout you out at the end anyways, but check him out. Link in the description right now. 100%. Let's get him to 12. Let's get him to 13.
30 dozen. All right. I got another question.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
How do you film Future? How do you film Future?
Film Future, basically, I met up with so I filmed a club, all right? Up in London for these two guys called Will and Aaron. Now, unfortunately, their night didn't go too well, and they actually got in a bunch of debt because of the night, and they couldn't pay me for like a month. So it was a measly £100. It wasn't much or whatever. For traveling up to London, it was fucking nothing, but I was just getting started with the club stuff. No, I don't. I live outside of London in the countryside, so I had to travel into London. But pretty much they booked me. They couldn't pay me. I got super mad, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I was thinking it was the first ever client to scam me, and I was like, damn it, they got me. So I was getting pissed on text messages, and me and the dude Aaron actually built a pretty good friendship because of this. He, got on the call with me, explained, no, we're broke. Like, we're literally all the way broke. We got no money. It was a travesty. I was like, all right, fuck it. My bad. I'm sorry. I literally thought you were trying to scam me. He ended up getting hired as a graphic designer at a nightclub called Cirque du Soir, like pretty much one of the most luxury nightclubs up in London. Yeah, I know, right by the name, you're like, oh, what the fuck is that? And he got hired, and they wanted him to do some video work, and he was like, Jack, I really need to fucking make myself more valuable here. Can you do the video work and pass it off as mine? And I was like, fuck it, why not? I got a feeling this is going to come back to do me well. So I did the video work for him. He passed it off as his. Overall, increased his ranking in the company, and then I saw them post they needed a videographer, so I fucking emailed the club. I was like, yo, go to Aaron in your club right now and ask him about me. I'm a videographer. I'm your guy. Long story short, they went to find him. Obviously, he had nothing but positive shit to say. They called me up, got the gig, went up there, and I filmed Future, and I filmed like 5 other fucking clubs for them. Like, these guys are doing big money. They, obviously, I was in with the management, and when I was up there, they were saying they had $330,000 worth of pre-reserved tables already made before the club even opened. So they made £330,000 rather. So that's like $500,000 before the club even opened. That's fucking nuts right there. And they were not paying well. They were not paying well. I know, they're making all that money, and they're trying to cut the costs as much as they can. But that's how I filmed Future, man. Crazy story. You did your research, bro. For real, you went back, you looked at these videos and shit. I fucking love it, man.
I just paid attention. I don't really listen to Future that much. Honestly, I couldn't name a Future song. I just know it's big. I'm big into hip hop, but not that stuff. Next question: Did you smoke weed with Future?
I didn't. I wish, bro. I fucking wish that would be a legendary story. I ran into Skepta there. Do you know about Skepta?
No, that sounds sick.
Yeah. Skepta, he's a huge grime MC over here, right? So,
okay.
Yeah. So he's really big, and I ran into him on the stairs there. Like anybody in the UK, they know who Skepta is. I was just walking down the stairs. Yeah, look him up. And I was just walking down the stairs, and I saw him. I was just like, "What up, Skepta?" And he was like, "Hey, it's all love, bro. Big up." Gave me a little fist pound and kept it moving. But I didn't smoke no weed with Future. I wish though. That would be one for the history books right there.
I saw you made a post. You were like looking for something for an hour.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Oh, yeah.
Is that bad
100%.
there?
Oh, bro, not usually. I know so many dealers around Totnes. It's all good, man. Well, Totnes, my little town that I live in, bro. So, like, normally there's no problem if I want to get some weed. But this particular day that you saw on my story, bro, oh my God, bro. I was dying, man. I was running around, please. Oh my
Are
God.
you ever ripped when you film your videos?
No, not often. Maybe back in the day a little bit, but not often. So, some of my vlogs I am, like my most recent club vlog when I went to the club and filmed this club up in Bristol.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, I was high throughout that because it was just a ghetto club, so we were able to sneak some weed into the back. But normally no, I never want to smoke on shoots and shit because I just end up being stupid. I don't want to be unprofessional.
I was curious because I like filmed a whatever shoot or whatever myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I did pretty good. And I went back and looked at it like 6 hours later. And I was like, oh shit, I got to do that all again. My eyes aren't even open. Like I can't put that out to the public. That's whatever.
Yeah, you don't realize, right? So. That's funny as shit. Holy shit. What's the legality of weed like over there in Vietnam?
It's illegal.
But is it like illegal or like they chop your hands off and shit illegal?
Man, there was a bust here. Like when I first got here, they went because you know where to find it if you're here. And there was a bust, and they popped like 17 places, like 17 people.
Yep.
And basically what they had to do is they had to pay like a $1 million dong fine. So like it sounds like a lot of money, right? That's like $40. So you had to pay a $1 million dong fine, and then what they had to do is they had their visas canceled.
Yep.
And like a lot of them live here still. Like they got houses, they got rent. Some of them have families.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of expats that just come in.
Yeah.
So all they had to do was fly to Cambodia and then fly right back for that's like $110 ticket or something like that. So
that's all they had
too
to
much.
do. Yeah.
Like if they get caught again there, it's probably not good.
Yeah, but it's not like Iraq, where Iraq they're killing you.
No. Like it's like I think people know. I think people know exactly who's doing it, and and they're just like allowing it to a certain amount, and I think they're allowing it more as they're because like Vietnam's really developing. It's not a rich country. There's poverty around. So like if they're just getting tourism dollars, they're not going to try to fight that because somebody's smoking a little weed.
No, it's not the biggest of the problem. Yeah.
Fuck, Korea was $100 for fucking like a gram. It's fucking crazy.
Whew.
It was awful.
It's all the way illegal there. Holy shit, man.
Korea is just a place for drinking. It's crazy. Like you wake up and see like businessmen fully dressed in like nice clothes, ties still up, and they're just passed out, face down in the gutter, in the street. And people are on the subway. People are walking by, and nobody gives a fuck. Like everyone's
just normal. Yep. It's been normalized. That's fucked up, man. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
World. Yeah,
it's crazy. So yeah. Korea was draining.
Man, that's fucking nuts, man. For real.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Lots of great artists in Korea.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine for real. It's so much culture in Korea, I guess, man. For real.
Yeah. All right, I have a question about Adobe Premiere Pro again.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
All right. When I'm back to the topic. When layering in a clip, I'm always trying to match the beat. So like I'm trying to change on the beat because you said as humans that's what we like.
Yeah.
So is there a way to easily cut clips in half besides just eyeballing it? Is there like I want half this?
Like literally specifically exactly half the clip or what?
Yeah.
Not super specifically, I guess, unless you're like judging by the frames at the top. But to get it perfectly on the beat, you just want to put your beat there, fucking zoom the fuck all the way in, like the max zoom, and just get the little scissor tool, and just slice right there on the beat. And you like even with the markers, like you know how you're doing the markers, you could play your song and just press M every time you kind of hear the beat. And then actually automate your clips so they just automatically place to the beat. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I can automate them?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean I can drag them in and they like automatically adjust it to them?
Oh, no. You could do markers for all the pieces of the beat, select all your clips, go up to edit and then go sequence and then press automate to sequence and it will put the clips perfectly in there on beat and basically edit your whole thing. You just got to add the in and out points to the exact point that you want it to start at.
Oh, that's the money shot, Jack. All right.
It's some awesome. Wild Thank shit. You. Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you. All right. Next question.
Let's do it.
If I only have an audio clip only, how can I generate the corresponding video clip?
Visualizer, the audio visualizer. 100%. That's what I had to do with my. Well, that's more of a way of creating a visual, something that you can actually look at. So if you got, yeah,
that's what I'm trying to describe. I'm talking about like, say I put in like this video, and for some reason I cut off me talking right here, and it was just the audio going. Is there a way that I can regenerate that without dragging the video audio over, or can I just like click on the audio and like left click or right click and be like generate corresponding video or something like that?
So if you have the video file still, but you've just deleted the video layer, or if there's literally
okay.
There's no kind of way to do that, but you can literally just
should be.
You can just drag it back out, I guess. I guess that's kind of the best way that I guess you got to do.
Oh, I can drag it out. Okay. I get it. Cool. All right. Number 10.
Let's do it.
Jack Attack. Do you think it's possible to not niche down
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can my niche be being dope and doing dope shit I think is dope, or do I gotta niche down?
Yes, 100%. But you gotta know who you're targeting though. You gotta be still targeting a specific person. You're targeting people like you, so that is your niche. Your niche in itself is define. Define it as much as you can. Like the more defined your audience is, the fucking better, because then you know who you're speaking to almost at all times, and then it just connects. So it might not connect to somebody who's a politician, but that's not who I'm targeting. So like I'm happy for you for the message to roll off. But if you're a video editor or videographer, my message is probably gonna fucking hit pretty well, because like that's who I'm talking to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to have a niche, but definitely understand who you're communicating with in terms of, maybe it's someone who's in a similar position to you. They're traveling right now and they're, working abroad. And, that's an aspect of what you're showcasing the person you're talking to. So you don't have to have a niche as in like, hey, this is, the fucking... My Little Pony review channel. Like it doesn't have to be as specific as that, but your audience, you should definitely know who the audience you're trying to target is. It'll just work the best that way. Like I'm sure a lot of people who are really successful didn't start off like, all right, we need to get our niche perfect, and they weren't doing all the science behind it, and it kind of just evolved into something. But if they did have their kind of niche more specific, it just kind of builds momentum faster, I think.
Yeah, cool. Did you make other channels? Like, so you made the video game one, and you make your out of the box, and you got this one. Were there other like failed ventures that you were like really happy about or anything like that? Really excited about?
Really good question. Let me think about this. All right, so TQ9 TV, that's another YouTube channel that I got. TQ9 is my production company, all right? So I started a production company 3 years ago when I was 17 years old. It's technically not an officially registered company or anything like that. It's just kind of an entity that exists, and we got some business cards. It's kind of just like a kind of more professional front, if you know what I mean. And
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, if you type in TQ9 TV to YouTube, you'll find a whole bunch of rap artists that I did a whole bunch of music videos for. So when I was 17, I started a channel, and the idea of the channel was like a community channel where I was just gonna pop up and film a shitload of freestyles and music videos for rappers. So I popped up, and that was my thing for 2016. That's when I started it. March 9th of 2016, I started TQ9 TV with a few of my friends. I hyped them up. I said, come join me. We're going to fucking blow up together. We're going to build this fucking big thing. I was blowing up as a gaming YouTuber at the time. So I was like, I want to get somebody involved with my friends. Started that. And basically for like a good year, I was just popping up everywhere, shooting freestyles and music videos for people. So I was shooting at least one a week. Like I was going everywhere. And had them come to me. I go to them. I was going fucking everywhere. Built a whole bunch of good kind of connections and shit like that in the music industry. So now I got connections with a good 50 rappers in the UK just around my area, or up in London now, or in Barnstable, or in fucking everywhere all around the UK. And that's the other channel that kind of turned into a production company, TQ9, but it started as like a community rap channel.
Do you bit by bit,
but I I miss the kind of fun kind of nonsense aspect of it, where to film a freestyle or a music video for a rapper. Exactly. You're just chilling out, just getting a little wave on and pretty much just chatting some nonsense and you're just making a funny video pretty much. So
yeah,
it was definitely fun, and it's just evolved me to this point that I am right here. You know what I mean? So I can't say I miss it as much as I'm just thankful for it, and it's just part of my journey. You know what I mean?
That's a nice attitude. I like that. Cool. What do I got next? I said, how do you stay in your home screen when I click graphics, it moves me to a new screen? Graphic drop effect. I think ignore that question. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. If you want to go back, you just click back to editing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. All right,
it's all right. You probably wrote that first.
That was number 12, man. I don't know.
Oh shit, I don't know.
It's been a rough night.
That's funny as fuck, man. Oh my god.
Number 13. You actually answered this in the one with I think Eoin. You were talking about your comp specs.
Yep.
So I'm running. I got an 8 GB RAM, Lenovo ThinkPad Core i7. But I need to upgrade something, and I don't know if I need to upgrade my RAM or my graphics card. And I'm curious if you happen to have any idea what is necessary for video editing.
Do you know all your specs right now? Because they all support each other. That's the thing. Like, I've made the mistake in the past when I didn't really know much about the technology, where I was like, fuck it.
That's where I'm at.
I'm buying. Well, that's where I was about 2 years ago, man. I was like, I'm buying the most powerful graphics card I can get, and I put it in there with a whole bunch of poorly performing other computer parts. So it crashed a bunch, basically. Like one. It's like if you got a super fucking powerful leg, but only one of them, and your arms are weak, your fucking body's weak, your left leg's weak, but you got this one. Yeah, you got this one super powerful bionic fucking leg, and it's like your whole body's walking weird and shit because only one thing is pristine. And that's kind of kind of the way I describe it. But what specs do you have in your computer right now, so I can think of what would be the upgrade? So you got 8 GB RAM.
8 GB RAM, a Core i7. I probably don't know the specs off the dome.
Okay, cool.
I'll look it up later and get to it.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, if you got i7, that's already a bad boy right there. 8 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah. i7's blessed. You're all good with the i7. 8 gigabytes of RAM coupled with the i7 is good as well. Depending on what your graphics card and hard drive speed's like, because hard drive speed, funny enough, can play a part. Like I just got a SSD, which is the super fast hard drive, and that right there is it's sped up my whole performance because I download all my programs on there, so it all opens up super quick, runs super quick. But graphics card definitely key though as well for rendering and shit like that.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check out graphics card. I think that's something that my thing has slow time with is rendering.
Yeah.
Number 14. What is two-party? I heard it in an interview with Video Motivators.
Tube Buddy.
Buddy.
It is I was like, Tube Party. Is this a YouTube conference or some shit? Tube Buddy. Let me type it in again. I think that's it. Tube Buddy. Yeah. So Tube Buddy is kind of like vidIQ, more or less. Just basically another utility for supporting, metrics and I don't actually use that one, but I have used it in the past. I've heard about it definitely, and I've used it in the past, but I don't actively use that one. So I guess there wasn't features that when I checked it out made me want to stay with it, I guess. But maybe I didn't check it out enough. I'm not too sure.
Maybe the other guy mentioned it. What was his name?
I think
his name wasn't on the thing.
It was Christoph. Video Motivators. Yeah. The main man, Christoph.
He's actually Video Motivators.
Yeah, exactly. He's actually the father of a subscriber of mine, which is hilarious.
He seems like a really good dad.
Yeah, he does, right? I know, man, for real. He seems a very, very supportive dad, man, for real. I was giving him his props for that because that's great, man. His relationship with his kid is wonderful.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you use vidIQ to do all your taglines altogether? Because doing the taglines sucks every time.
I don't. I told you, my strategy is like that of a lazy person.
Every time.
Manually with the tags.
Yeah, with the tags.
Yeah. I told you, all I do with the tags is I literally just go and I search a phrase. So free video editing software, no watermark, like my one yesterday. And I just copy paste the title of the first 5 videos and I use those as my tags. And
I'll do that.
yeah, I just remember, like, I don't know if that even fucking does anything at this point, but it seems to be working out for me still. And I remember the first ever video I uploaded to YouTube on this new type of channel on June 9th, 2017. I did that strategy, and it put me straight to the #1 search result on YouTube and Google because of that. So I just been like, oh, this is what I do to get on the search result. Oh, this is what I'm doing every time. And I think I'm still the top search result for make money video editing online. I'm checking right now. Make money video. Let's see if I got my throne. Let's have a look. I am. I'm still the #1 search result in Google and YouTube for make money video editing online because of that strategy right there. And I've just kept doing it for the past 2 years. Like, fuck it. It worked. Worked once. It'll work twice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for real.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let's see. Do you use a legacy title every single time that you need to put in text?
No. Sometimes I use the text tool. Sometimes I use just presets. If I can, like, if I can not go outside of Premiere for the presets, then I'm super fucking happy.
Yeah.
But like sometimes with my glitch titles and stuff like that, I got to use this kind of preset file.
I like the glitch titles.
Yeah. I don't make them fresh every time. I'll expose myself. You know what I mean? I've given away that pack, by the way. It's an After Effects pack, and it's just a whole bunch of preset glitch titles. So I'd use those whenever I can. But if I don't have to go outside of Premiere, I like to use the presets that are available inside of Premiere.
Where can I find those, Jack?
You can find those on my YouTube channel. I'll make sure I send you a link right now. Hold tight.
Cool, thanks, man. Next question. How much do you rely on subscriber views for your view count, or do you even do you not even think about it like that?
It's funny enough, I do. I'm big into the analytics, so you can see it split and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm huge in analytics. Like I love basketball. I love basketball analytics. Yeah.
No, I totally agree.
I love analytics. Also, I used to be a scientist before I was an English teacher.
Yeah, of course. So that's entirely analytical. It's entirely based on just fucking stats and stuff like that going on.
Love it.
Yeah, no, that's sick. How much do I rely on subscriber views? My subscriber views has gradually increased, but my subscriber views to actual non-subscriber views is fucking insane. I get 95% non-subscriber views. 95%. Only 5% of my views are from my subscribers. It's fucking nuts. It's crazy because it is right, but it just shows how much views the search results are bringing in. That's my main source of views.
Search results
is the search results. So I'm getting here. Let me actually go to my analytics now. I'm literally getting about 10,000 views a month from my subscribers, and about like 200,000 from fucking random people. You know what I mean? Now I don't know how many of those view as a non-subscriber and then subscribe and convert, and it might not. So there's definitely little things like that, which kind of play into it, but definitely, man, I've built a search-based channel, which is why I'm actually gaining a fuckload of subscribers. I'm gaining like 2,000 new subscribers a month.
Yeah, I saw I think you were at 76,000 when I subscribed, and that was like
yeah.
Or something.
Oh, dude, and that's pretty much happened only in the past 2 months. Like I basically uploaded for like 18 months with pretty much crickets until the past like 2 months.
Really?
And then shit like hit.
So you've just been grinding, doing it
for a fucking while, bro, for real.
Must have been some like days you didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, kind of, but like I literally think I think my success is guaranteed. That's how fucking confident I am with my video production. I think if I literally just keep creating, my success is guaranteed. So I don't.
Do you
why
think
would I
that's
stop?
your attitude with? Do you think that's your attitude with videos, or do you think that's just your attitude with Yo, what's up? It's Jack Cole and I'm dope.
I think that's just my attitude with with almost everything. Like
It's fucking sick.
I'm
I agree.
fucking terrible at so many things, but I'm the first one to find what I'm terrible at, and I'm also the first one to recognize what I'm good at. So I only do shit that I'm good at. You know what I mean? Like when I was fucking filming music videos for rappers, I started rapping for a good month or so. But because of that right there, that self-awareness, I was like, I'm fucking terrible at this shit. I need to stop doing this. I need to make more videos. And I doubled down on what I was good at. I quit what I was terrible at. And you know what I mean? So I'm confident in the things that I'm good at because I stick in those kind of little areas. You know what I mean?
All right, stay in your lane.
Hell yeah, bro. Stay in the lane, man. For real. Stay in the lane, bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
All right, next question. How do you manage / this is kind of funny because it's how I got on your podcast.
Yeah.
How do you manage / seek podcast guests?
Take everybody that asked to be on the fucking thing. Oh, you want to be on?
Like,
come on, then. Come on. Let's go.
Well, I was like kind of hesitant when I first sent it to you.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just like, oh, like maybe you'll give me a shout out.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I know.
I didn't want to ask straight up to come on your podcast, but like in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be on that dude's video podcast in 30 days. I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep pumping out its Adobe Premiere, whatever. Within 30 days, I'll probably be good enough, and he'll probably like me enough to put me on his podcast.
Facts.
That was my thinking.
I love that, bro. No, I mean the way I've done it, man, is I'm eager to get guests. So I'm just trying to build up a catalog of entertaining, good podcasts that a video creator could benefit from. And then, in a year, I might have enough leverage to be able to go after some real significant guests. You know what I mean? I'm talking, in the future, if I could get some cool guests, you know what I mean? Like different big video creators.
Who's your big goal? Your big goal, like dream guest on your podcast?
I'm trying to think. It would have to be somebody who's like a YouTube legend, like a Casey Neistat or somebody like that. Somebody
I don't
who's
even know who that is. Somebody told me I look like that guy, and I don't even know who that is.
You kind of do. You kind of do a tiny bit, like a tiny bit.
Sounds handsome.
Yeah. He's like probably what I would say is like the YouTube vlogging mogul. I think he's like
He's in New York, right?
Yeah, he's in New York. He's kind of like the top of the top in terms of these filmmaking creators, I guess you could say, on YouTube. He started off as just like an absolute beast of just it was like a portfolio almost, his YouTube channel, of just his sick projects that he made. And then he started daily vlogging, and he's such an amazing filmmaker that the daily vlogs just took him from like 100,000 subs, which is I was following him at, to like fucking 10 million. You know what I mean? And because
so he's dope. I should check him out.
Oh, he's good, man, bro. He's definitely a good creator. So I don't necessarily watch him all the time, but if I had to have one podcast guest, I think he's probably the most significant kind of video creator on YouTube that I could get, I reckon. So him, Casey.
That'd be sick.
Casey.
That's awesome. Mine is Robert Covington.
Okay, who's that?
You know who Robert Covington is?
No.
Robert Covington was a small forward for the 76ers. He's good at everything except dribbling the basketball.
Legendary.
And like finishing around the rim.
Yeah.
So he's like shouldn't be good at basketball, but he's just really good at defense, and he shoots average from 3-point range. So he's
legendary.
really good.
Absolutely legendary. Who's your favorite NBA team?
Villa. I'm a Sixers fan. I've been a Sixers fan since Allen Iverson. I was a short kid. He was a short kid.
Dope.
I had a chip on my shoulder.
Yep.
He had a giant chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
So I was enamored with him. I was just like, that guy is fucking awesome.
Yeah. You can relate to him and shit. Yeah, I used to go to Miami Heat games with my dad when I lived in Miami. I used to go down to the stadium, the whole, everything like I forget what the fuck the stadium's called, but we used to go to a whole bunch of Heat games, man. I forget, it was downtown. But back when Dwayne Wade was shredding it.
What year?
2010, 2009, 2008, bro.
Damn.
When Dwayne Wade was in the game, man. Fucking
LeBron.
Yeah, for real, bro. Shout out Dwayne. I miss Shaq. I never got to see Shaq play on the Heat, but I definitely saw Dwayne. Shout out to Dwayne. I don't know where the fuck Dwayne's at now. I stopped following basketball when I came to England because I was into basketball, but nobody here gives a fuck about basketball, and I wasn't about to start giving a fuck about football here. You know what I mean? Like soccer. So I was like, I'm done with sports. I'm done with the sports, bro. For real.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
That's what happened.
Giving a fuck about football.
I don't care about it, man.
I don't fuck with that. And I'm in like, Vietnam, Korea, everywhere. Everybody plays soccer here.
Of course they do. I know, right?
Yeah. And they all call it football. And I'm like, that's not football. And
Yeah.
I don't want to play. But Philippines, they love basketball in the Philippines. If you want to play basketball, go to the Philippines.
Korea, they do as well. I know they fuck with it in Korea, surely, don't they?
Yeah, they got a league. They got a league here. I coach.
Sick.
I coach kids basketball part time, like English basketball. But they got a league here. I think if I trained pretty hard, I could make it. It's not that good. Yeah. But they're a really cool group of guys. Like super cool.
Hell yeah, that's dope, man.
Do you back to the top?
Yeah.
Do you use cloud storage?
Dropbox. I pay my $7.99 a month for Dropbox, and I got a terabyte.
A terabyte and
a terabyte on the internet, so I got 1,000 gigabytes of you know about Dropbox, right? I assume you.
Yeah.
So I just pay $7.99 a month for Dropbox, and they give me a terabyte, and that's how I send all my projects to clients. That's how I get files sent to me from clients. That's how I do all my maneuverability with the client work in terms of remote work for clients.
So what about if you like send something to a client and then they lose it, and then like you deleted it from your cloud because you only have a terabyte? Is that a problem? Do you have it stored on a different place?
It depends.
Just in case.
Projects, like if it's the final project, I'm not so loose with just deleting the project like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I never because I got a terabyte, I never delete shit pretty much from what's it called? From Dropbox. I've only used 200 gigabytes on Dropbox.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I still got 800 gigabytes to go. You know what I mean? So I literally just leave everything there. So if I ever think I'm like, fuck, where did that project go? As long as I named it something relatively, simple to remember, then I could just type it in on Dropbox and it'll find me the file from like a year ago or whatever.
That's dope.
Yeah.
$7.99 a month. Not bad.
Oh no, dude, it's a deal. Like it's an absolute deal, man.
It's a fucking deal. Yeah,
for real. It's like sound. Like it's less than fucking Spotify, man.
So my friend Mike, the guy that's doing the videography thing, was teaching me about videography, and he's the one who taught me about the marker key. Mike uses he's got a cloud storage in his house, so whenever he records anything, whenever he walks into his house, anything that he recorded with his phone automatically goes onto his cloud.
Whoa.
His cloud hard drive, and he never has to like transfer it from his phone to his hard drive. It just goes there, and then it automatically deletes off his phone, so he doesn't have to deal with any of the stuff.
That right there is phenomenal. That sounds like he's at a more established point than me. Like at this point, I just use the Dropbox. Like when you need an automated system like that, I use Dropbox to store shit, but I also have a free terabyte on my computer, which I just call the record drive, and I just put all my footage, like the raw footage from all my shoots, onto that terabyte right there. So I just got the raw footage of everything. So I got the raw footage of Future still from 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, whatever. So if at any point, I'm like, hold on, I want to go get some footage from that event, but the raw footage, not just taken out of the final video, then I can just go back and find that footage. You know what I mean? So
really,
yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah. I only recently started doing that 6 months ago. So any footage from I've been saving it in dodgy little places before that 6 months, like just fucking,
I know that.
just saving it all over the computer. Yeah, exactly, right. Just fucking everywhere, a mess. But then I got a new computer about 6 months ago finally, and I right away decided to make a practice of having a record drive where I stored everything and shit like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Another question along the same lines is, what parts of your process are automated? Because you post a lot of. Like I see on Facebook, I see on YouTube, I see on Twitter, I see on Instagram. So you post things. Do you use like Hootsuite or anything like that?
For Twitter, I've recently started using something called Sketch Tweet. I think that's what it's called.
Sketch Tweet.
Let me find it. It's called TwitTimer. TwitTimer.com. TWIT timer.com, TwitTimer. I paid $5 a month or $7 or something like that to get the extended version because you can only schedule 10 things. And I schedule all my podcast uploads there. So just every day at 10 o'clock, it's going to pop up with a graphic that says, have you checked out today's episode of the podcast? And then, a graphic that supports whatever the title is.
Have you heard of Hootsuite?
Hootsuite. I haven't heard of that. No.
I think Hootsuite. I think that's what my friend was telling me. I think it does like 3 or 4 platforms at once for like the similar price as what you're paying for Twit.
That's what TwitTimer does as well. It goes to Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. So it goes Facebook and Twitter, and then for Facebook, I upload old fucking videos. So basically, on YouTube every day there's a new video, but about a year after I'd been daily uploading to YouTube, I decided to daily upload all the videos to Facebook. So I started with the first ever upload. So I'm about like 6 months behind on my Facebook, but it's daily uploads there every day at 8 o'clock. And I just schedule those maybe every 2 weeks. I just sit down and schedule like 14 of them. You know what I mean? Because on Facebook you can schedule them all. Schedule like 14 videos from my past catalog, and then just let those go up there. So if anybody's kind of tuned in more to Facebook, they can see content every day, but it's different content because I want you to still tune into all the individual platforms.
Don't worry, I'm still clicking.
I'm fucking with it.
Shoot. Okay, so what's your like? All right, so like I've evolved a little bit, like
yeah.
You know, I got my board that's
Love
just
it.
like whatever.
Yeah.
So like I used to teach, so I had to be in front of kids. I have to like bring the hype. So I'm kind of used to like public speaking, but I wasn't used to speaking for 5 minutes straight impromptu, not impromptu, but 5 minutes straight without fucking up. So I've been using the board. But what's your process when you go to make a video? Are you like, I have the footage and then I'm gonna make it? Do you sit down and you're like, I'm gonna make this video, and then you go get the footage? And I suppose it depends on what video you're making, but what's your general process for the videos that you're pumping out daily?
Okay, so the general process for the videos I'm pumping out daily is to pretty much just come up with a concept. So I'm gonna come up with the concept. Then I'm going to kind of make a rough plan on my document sheet, just write a rough plan for it. Then I'm going to probably film all the B-roll that I need to kind of use throughout the video to reference to, so I have a nice, accurate image of what I'm talking about, and I'm not kind of talking vaguely, and, then I don't know what I'm going to edit over it. So I kind of know exactly what I want to do, and then right behind me there's a whiteboard. I just write down on my whiteboard all kind of like the little rough plan that I've made on my document sheet, and then I sit down in front of my 2 monitors. I put a cool slideshow on the monitors, so it's another element to look at, if you know what I mean. And
I know what you mean.
yeah. And then I just start, and then I kind of do it all one take now because of that kind of script, but it's not really a script. It's just talking points because I can't go off of the script. It just fucks with my head too much. I got a little minor dyslexia, so I start mixing and matching words around. Like the fucking B becomes D or some nonsense. You know what I mean? So I just like a couple vague talking points that I could just look up to the left real quick, see those, and then just look back at the camera. Then I just fucking run through it pretty much. Yeah, but it's all about them little talking points. Like, you stutter too much, I think, especially if you're talking. If I'm talking about some topics, I just sit down and talk. Like I've literally just know what I want to do, and I sit down and I just talk to the camera. But even those, because I haven't thought about a little plan for the talking, they do come off a little bit more kind of jumpy and you know what I mean, shit like that. So for a clear, concise video, bullet points, simple talking points, 5 simple talking points, and then I just spit it.
So when you're spitting out one of your 8-minute daily tutorials, how many hours is that for you? 2 hours? To make it?
An hour.
An hour?
Something like that. From planning to it being done, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. But the trick with my daily uploads is having either a series running alongside it or a bunch of podcast clips running aside it. So that's also why I love doing this podcast, is I'm able to chop up all the individual topics and use those as actual videos for my channel. So that sends it not only gives me a breather in terms of not being able to have to sit down for hours and make a proper full production video that day, because I've got this kind of automated, not really automated content, but this
creation
content
factory.
Yeah, exactly, like a creation factory of a whole bunch of different topics that I can brand as an individual video. And you got no clue until you click on the video whether it's me sitting there or if it's a podcast clip. But also, I'm not trying to fucking clickbait and trick people, because they are still providing value, the podcast clips, maybe even more than my videos. I can't even lie.
Yeah. I can use this video, right?
Oh, dude,
chop it up.
Use all this shit, my man. I would advise you to do it. I'd chop all this shit up.
How to land a video podcast with 70K plus viewers in less than a week.
Bop. I love it, bro. It's too good, man, for real.
Cool. I'm excited to chop it up. It'll look a bit more professional.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I got a question. I keep fucking myself with this. I'm like, I got a clip, and it's going, and then like I want to stop it on that still frame, and I want to extend that still frame out longer.
Yep.
How do I do it?
Simple. You chop. Make sure there's just one frame at the end, just one frame.
How do I make sure there's just one frame?
Or separate it. So go to the final frame and chop it.
Cut.
Yeah. So you've got one final frame. The frame is there. Then you want to right-click it, and you want to go to Add Frame Hold Segment, or Add. Yeah, I think it's Add Frame Hold Segment. Once you right-click on it, and it will add.
Control-Shift-K. Frame hold.
I think it's a different. It's not frame hold. I think it's frame hold segment. So this frame.
Okay,
hold,
that makes sense because I've been doing frame hold and it hasn't been working.
Frame hold's a weird one, bro. Frame hold kind of sets a certain time parameters. If you go frame hold segment, I think that's what it's called. It just gives you just the exact frame that you can change the length of everything. You could drag it infinite to the right, infinite to the left, and then you just have a blank screenshot right there.
Dope. That's exactly what That's exactly what I needed. All right. Let's see. I had some questions about rendering, but I think you already answered them. We talked about computer specs.
Hell yeah.
Do you actually pay for Adobe Premiere?
You're the fucking first person who's actually directly asked me this. I was sort of beating around the bush before
because I don't.
No, neither, bro. Neither. 100%. I genuinely have felt bad in the past when people have been talking about paying for it. So I haven't volunteered the information and said no. I literally still am on a cracked version. But finally, somebody actually asked me the correct question directly, and I gotta fucking keep it real. No, I have a cracked version still. I've had a cracked version, the same cracked version, for a goddamn long time. Super simple to crack it. Honestly, I am technically doing, well, I'm making money from it. I'm doing professional shit. I should pay for it. This year, I 100% will register an official membership. But I have no shame that I currently do not. It is what it is.
I love the Pirate Bay.
Oh, bro. Simple, man.
God bless everyone.
It's a simple world, man, when you just crack a couple programs. And
it's amazing.
I've got Premiere cracked, I got Photoshop cracked, and I got After Effects cracked. Thank you for actually asking me that question. I love it.
Should I download After Effects? I don't even have After Effects.
After Effects is good to couple with Premiere because you can just add extra cool things. Like if you got presets, like a whole bunch of cool preset files, like I got a shitload of those glitch presets, which I'll actually try find you and send you after this. You can complement your edits in Premiere by doing little kind of special things like that over in After Effects.
Okay.
So I think they all work together, bro. For real, they all work together. They all benefit each other.
Yeah, I've got Illustrator, Photoshop, and Premiere, and I love Illustrator and Premiere, and I hate Photoshop. I just don't know it, and it's slower than all the other programs on my computer for some reason, so I hate it.
Yeah.
I already asked you about what parts of the process were automated. Recommendations on how to get more followers early on. Talk to them.
Talk to him for real right here. Like just how we've done this right here, how we've just connected over literally almost nothing. You just hit me up and expressed interest in what I'm doing, and I hit you back and showed love. Show love to the people, and the people will show love back. The number one universal rule of fucking everything. Show love to the people will show love back. Find systems of showing the max love. I do a stream every single Saturday where I just watch fucking YouTubers edits, or I watch subscribers edits. So you can send me your new club video that you just went to do, or you send me your fucking even just a basic YouTube video you did your own tutorial. I'm showing you love. I'm opening it up. If it's trash, I'll give you some pointers, but I'll still say big up. Like I understand where you are in the process, and that's a direct connection to the people where they're saying something. Hey Jack, check this out, and I'm literally responding directly to them. So as much of that as you can, showing love to the people. You don't necessarily, that's not a quick way to grow, but these people will remember
that's a real way.
It's a real way, bro, and that's facts. Like people remember it, and I got people following me who've been in my comment section for years, like literally years. And
I saw some kids hey, only the real OGs know the video game Jack Cole or something like that.
Bro, exactly. Like that's a whole separate conversation. It is the people who are here because of the gaming stuff still. So those people, I'm amazed that I made an impression on to stay 5+ years and to transfer from video games to this. It's crazy, bro, but it's nuts. But showing love to the people, that's 100% the way to do it.
That's dope. Jack, you seem like a super cool guy. I like to think that we'd hang out
100%
if we lived in a similar place.
No doubt.
That's all my questions, Jack.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It has been a pleasure talking with you today, Ty. It really has.
Yeah, thanks.
If I'm ever in Vietnam, I'm looking you up. If you're ever over here in England, look me up, and we're definitely gonna link up, man, for real.
Absolutely.
What's it called? I want to take this time at the end of the podcast, guys. If you've watched the whole thing, you're an absolute beast. You've made it through. You've learned a little bit about me. You learned a little bit about Ty. I want you to check Ty out in the description below. Ty, do you want to tell them where they can find you, whatever your relevant social medias that you want to kind of push are?
Oh, geez. I'm in the process of deleting all my old tweets because they're all just shit posts. I love shit posting. That's my pastime.
God damn it.
So you can look me up on Facebook. You can look for Ty Livingston, or you can look at the YouTube channel, search for Ty Livingston. I think that's what it's under.
Hell yeah.
But I'm sure there'll be a link below this.
Yeah, definitely. Hell yeah.
Pretty much. Thanks for watching, guys. Dope.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. I second that. It was a pleasure having you on, Ty. I appreciate you. I think we've just talked for about an hour, something like that.
Yeah. We're about an hour.
Yeah. Hour, 8 minutes.
Not bad.
Hell yeah. Absolute pleasure. Make money making
Nice
videos.
first date.
Yeah, exactly, bro. For real. We got on pretty well. Make money making videos. Episode number 4. That's a wrap. See you in the next one, people.
Make money. All right.